Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. Okay, y'all, I cannot do the theme song. I accidentally ran into my dog's face and the thick ass skull has clopped my fucking chin. So I can't jump, skip, hop, leap. Okay. It's hurting. It's hurting very much. So that's that. So I can't do too much. My face is hurting and it's happened like an hour ago. I was trying to let it calm down, heal, but apparently it's on demon time and my fucking jaw hurts. Okay. Let's get into Baddies Africa because I kind of just want to go and get these reviews out the way so that way I can go put some ice on my shit. Let me tell y'all now, Zeus gave me nothing this week. They gave me nothing. I was bored with everything they had this week. Zeus was very boring, and even to an extent, now that TV was very boring. This just to me wasn't a really good Sunday for recaps. Like nobody did anything. Now with Baddies Africa, I did want to do a small summary for you guys early on. Okay, so I feel like last week's episode was boring and this week's episode was boring. At this point, the only person carrying the show is Lex. That's the only person carrying the show right now for me. Because if it's not for her, we really wouldn't have much of anything. Choco, I'm tired of her. Please go home. I'm tired of you. Pack it up, take a Uber to your house. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of Elsie, the eyes. Rolley definitely, in my opinion, was wrong for hitting that girl. We're gonna get to that, even though that's not really something I care about. Fauna, quote unquote, confronting Natalie, like, girl, all that extra. Natalie gonna do what she wanna do. Y'all know she messy. This her show. She gonna do that type of stuff. Her confront her. I was like, who do Fauna think she is? Like, no. It never gave that. And regardless of the fact, she messy. You know, she gonna put on for her show. Y'all really ain't doing much or nothing, no way, on the show, in my opinion. So they needed to spice it up a little bit. Not only that, Diamond, I'm tired of Diamond and Natalie going back and forth. I just feel as though that storyline needs to truly come to an end because the way I did not care, I did not care. I don't care. Like, that's so old. It's lame. Like, it's not talking about nothing, in my opinion. So all this extra, okay, and if this happened, you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing because they're not gonna allow you to do nothing. So just shut up. All that extra, like, no. Rolley continues to show Natalie she don't really like her like that. Like, continuously doing all that. Like, tell me something. You gotta stay neutral. Natalie has never been neutral. It's always been a hierarchy on baddies, and she always does stuff like this. And my thing is, everybody want to be like, oh, I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. Okay, lose your job for trying to be real. Lose your job for trying to be real, baby. Cause y'all really ain't doing much of nothing if you ask me. All this, I just want to keep it real. Like, girl, shut up. Y'all barely is doing anything. Barely is giving looks. Okay. Not only that, I had something to say. Who else I had something to say about? Who else? Because something else happened in this episode that really wasn't talking about nothing. I'll say it in the recap. But overall, I just been bored with baddies. That last episode was boring, and this episode is boring. Like, okay, let's go and wrap it up. Y'all know once it start getting boring, that means the season finna come to an end, and I'm kind of happy about it because this wasn't an amazing season to me. That's what I wanted to say. Dolly is such a punk. I'm tired of her. She wanna comment on everybody else, but still do not want to get in the field. Tell me, if she would have ran up, y'all know I would have gotten it. We don't know nothing. I'm tired of y'all saying we know. I don't know nothing. But what I see is you be ducking smoke. Cause like that girl Cole said, when Ivory leave, your hand is gonna get better. And Ivory allegedly, for real, already told us that that's what happened. She does end up finding her after Ivory leave. And I just think that's a punk move. We start off with Fauna and Lex going back and forth. Like I told y'all before, don't care. Get in the field. I don't care. Natalie over here telling me something. They gonna start booking us. At this point, like I honestly, when I first watched it, I didn't feel like they was booked. I feel like they was in a section, and that was just that. But then once they had the mic, and I kind of seen the fans, put their phones out and stuff, I was like, okay, they probably is booked. But girl, it's not like y'all finna go back. So shut up. This synthetic wig Elsie got is a good one, cause it don't be giving Maddie ever, and she look cute in the club. I wish she would have took off the jacket, but she look cute. I like Summer's new confessional look. It's giving dance girl or majorette, or she finna go out there with Beyonce. She look cute. All right, so they find in the club, as y'all know, and Summer decides to jump in. Number one, I think Summer decided to jump in because one thing about it, she's jumping in any and everything, any and every storyline. Also, y'all know she had to take a break because the man beat her up. So allegedly. So with that, she just need to keep her name alive, regardless if it's her business or not. And two, her and Lex is cool, they close. So why would she not throw a drink and Fauna over here throwing a fan? That's gonna happen. Now I know Lex was in the club saying, I'm beating all them up or whatever the case was. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, no shade. I'm tired of seeing Fauna get beat up by Lex. She do not be hanging in there. At one point, she almost did a dolly. When Dolly was fighting Tasiki, she almost went out of here. I'm tired of seeing her get beat up. I don't. She ain't no punk. She ain't gonna back down. But the girl keep whooping you, like. And she was saying, all the people that she had fought. She wasn't just talking about Fauna in particular. Fauna was the only one who took it personal. And mind you, too, in a later scene, when Scotty and Natalie are talking, Natalie gonna sit up here and be like, Summer threw a drink? Like, she asked it as if it was a question. You was right there when Summer threw the drink. You moved back a little bit. I just can't stand when she do stuff like that. That type of stuff irritate me. Like, you were in the scene. So we start off with the girls talking about Scotty. I don't know why we room for Scotty. Scotty has protection. Scotty is not going to be out there really fist fighting like that. Like, be for real. We've seen time after time again, even when they was allegedly a secret, he ain't finna let Scotty get beat up. Girl, please, girl, boo. Tomorrow, we love this for Scotty. Scotty is finally standing up for herself. What? How many times y'all gonna keep giving her everything when she give y'all crumbs? I feel as though when Scotty really stood up for herself is when she got to fight with Natalie. I think they went to Jamaica. That was the first and last time she stood up for herself. She's barely doing anything, and y'all like, she's standing up for herself. She has to have so much courage. She has courage because she has protection. She has courage because she knows that she's not going to have to be in the field for no more than 5 seconds. That's where that kick come in at. That's 3. And I think it's hilarious that Dolly is trying to tell Elsie that Rolley handled her like a kid. This is the same person who consistently got so much to say in everybody's business, getting her opinion, but still ain't got in the field yet. And I see what Ivory is talking about. You do not see that cast on her hand at all. I did peep that when I first watched it. I'm like, she sure is moving that hand. She moving that hand, baby. Just moving it right along. Dolly gives Elsie the advice of she need to start moving her hands instead of her mouth. And I said, pot calling the kettle black. I always need to take your own advice. You the same one who keep talking, keep speaking up on people beef, but you have yet to get in the field. Shut up. My hand, my wrist, my back, my neck, my knees, my fucking big toe. Girl, please. Also, with the whole situation with Rolley, Elsie said that the girls are scared of Rolley. Rolley scared of them too. Be clear, it's scared on both ends. They scared on both ends. Dolly, I would say, is scared of Rolley. Rolley and checked Dolly plenty of times. I definitely think that. I don't think Big Lex is necessarily scared of Rolley, but again, Rolley don't want no issue with Big Lex. We've seen that from last season. I definitely think Rolley pick and choose, Dolly pick and choose. I think Lex will get out there with anybody except Natalie. Obviously why she won't get out there with her. But I do believe that Rolley was wrong for hitting Elsie. She didn't gain anything by slapping the dog out of Elsie. She gained nothing by doing it. To me, if anything, it showed that she weak. Because yeah, the girl said, okay, anybody who feel that way can kiss my ass. And you then was like, okay, well, since you said that, I'm finna embarrass you. Already knowing, the girl can't fight, whatever the case is. I just feel as though you just looked at weak slapping her like that. You don't get no brownie points for slapping the dog at that girl. Even though I'm not gonna lie, Elsie do got a mouth on her, but I understand where she coming from because Rolley was flip flopping with her this whole season. When they was doing a little talent show, Elsie was like, I ain't going nowhere. And she was one of the main ones saying Elsie need to leave out the house or whatever. Elsie was like, I ain't going nowhere, ain't nobody gonna put me out. She ran her favorite Russian. And Rolley told me, well, she said ain't nobody gonna put her out. She did say that was, I'm proud of Elsie and all this. Like, bitch, pick a side. You like her, you don't. All right, so we then moved to DTB being like, fucking Natalie or whatever. Girl, again, like I said, I'm over it. They both do that clown shit. Where they play like they like each other, then they don't like each other. They both do that all the time. It's always that. Natalie, girl, I don't know who told her to do this, but she didn't put out an EP. Well, her putting out the EP, Diamond at the bottom some fuck that damn EP. Like, that's what I'm like. You be on her head, she be on your head. It is what it is. All that extra is so annoying. But we already knew that, they storyline was gonna come up to where they got into it. We already knew it. But honestly, this been 3 seasons now, y'all don't like each other. And we know y'all don't like each other. Y'all know y'all don't like each other, but y'all are co-workers. But I am tired of the back and forth. I am tired of this particular storyline. It's played out for me. But two, Diamond, you do the same thing. You a hypocrite because on the camera you be playing one way and off camera you be playing the other way. Like I said, the parasites. Both of y'all do the same thing where y'all play, oh, I don't like you. I don't da-da-da-da-da-da. This, in actuality, Natalie really don't like you. She don't. And the way she was going about it at first was belittling you, dismissing you, making it seem like you were scum to the earth. But everybody be wanting you back. She don't really have control over her show like that. Obviously, we've been seeing it for years. And with her not having control like that, the fans keep wanting you back. I don't know after this season would they necessarily want DTB back. But the fans keep wanting her back, so Natalie just has to put up with you. But Natalie had to put up with a lot of y'all. She has to put up with Scotty. She has to put up with you. She had to put up with Biggie. She had to put up with Anna. She had to put up with a lot of y'all. So yeah, she playing cool because y'all are putting money in her pocket. She might not really want to ever be around y'all. That's why from these past seasons, she has distanced herself from y'all. She gonna be in the club. She gonna be kiki cockling with y'all, but she don't never care for none of y'all like that. She makes that very clear. She don't care for none of y'all. But I feel like with DTB was special because Natalie went out her way to let us know that she didn't care for DTB. She went out her way. She had no problem with letting us know that DTB is not one of her favorites. She never minded with Diamond. So yeah, you know that she don't like you. I don't care if Natalie sit in her face all day and be like, I like you. Natalie has went on the internet several times, talking, writing paragraphs, going on live behind Diamond the Body. She don't like you. You irritate her soul, and you been knew that. The fact that Dolly had already said she hoped somebody get behind the horse and get hit, and then in the scene they are saying Dolly get behind the horse, I think that's hilarious how that came back around. So the girl's about to go horseback ride, and one thing about Dolly, even though I can't stand her, I don't like her, Dolly can dress. She be so cute. I love the outfit. So Rolley didn't try to renege on her opinion or try to backtrack and soften it up. My thing is, if you didn't want to hit her, you want to hit her. You wanted to hit her. You wanted to embarrass her. That's what you meant to do. So now you coming back on the bus with this kind of soft apology is weak to me. Make it as loud as you made the disrespect. Not only that, Elsie then goes in her confessional about, I wasn't talking to Rolley necessarily. Yes, she was. Because she was talking to you. If she wouldn't have said what she said, you wouldn't have said what you said. So all that extra is over with. And plus, too, I can understand Elsie kind of being fed up because through this whole season, to an extent, Rolley has been picking on her and Russia in particular. So I can understand, her being like, girl, like, shut up. Keep my name out your mouth. Okay, you don't care for me. That's fine. Like, I don't care. Kiss my ass. This is my thing when it comes to Natalie. I get what they saying, how they really want her to be a stand-up businesswoman, but that's not Natalie. Natalie care about this show and the show's ratings. Her show is the highest show on Zeus. So she put Summer in that car so Summer could stir up mess and to do what y'all are doing now, to talk. She don't care if she involved or not. And more so, y'all is blaming it all on her. Giving her more camera time. If anything, she's looking for y'all to smack Summer. Summer don't mind being smacked around, and Natalie don't mind Summer being smacked around either. So that's what more so, in my opinion, what Natalie was looking for. First of all, when it come to Diamond, she know Diamond gonna give TV. She already knew that. So before they got on the live, she probably gave some a prep talk, like, hey, we finna get on the live, talk about Diamond, talk about this, talk about that. Let's get some storylines going. Cause y'all are getting boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all are getting boring. The season's starting to slow up. I don't know. I think they got one more place to go. I think they finna go to London. But y'all got one more place to go. And with that, like I said, these storylines is drying up. Big Lex is keeping her storylines going, but everybody else's storyline is starting to dry. So with that, she need to bring more content out. And who better to bring more content out than Diamond, Summer, and I guess what's this girl name? K Rican. K Rican do be in everything. So, them three, those is a great three to have like continued storylines. They not scary. They gonna fight. They gonna talk. They gonna give dialogue. They gonna do their job. Okay, boom. So K Rican ends up making a point that they tried to make earlier in the season, basically letting it be known that Natalie really wasn't trying to get to know them like that. We've already picked that up. That she ain't really stunned y'all. Natalie said last season she ain't here to make friends. She here to make money. This is a business to her. She's always took it as a business, never as y'all gonna be my friends. Maybe a million or two, but friends. She ain't looking for no friends. She been said that. She been put that on the table. And again, like I said, K Rican is going for stuff that how they been feeling. Like y'all been feeling like Natalie ain't really fooling with y'all like that. She ain't really trying to get to know y'all. But to an extent, y'all might not come back next season. And if it is, it might be one or two of y'all who come back, but not the whole trio. But maybe then too, they might bring the whole trio back. Maybe. I don't know. But she feel it, in my opinion, she feels as though, they rotate these girls out. Boom, bam, one or two might come back, da da da. Why do I keep trying to get close with y'all? And I don't even know if y'all gonna be here now. I don't even know if y'all gonna give anything to the show for me to be trying to get close and be cool with y'all. Like, she trying to distance herself as a CEO, in my opinion. She's trying to distance herself from all the drama, everything, because Scotty had told her to fight Summer last season, told her to get in the paint, and she said that she wasn't finna do that. And again, like I said, she did all this on purpose so y'all could talk about it on the show. And I would say this too: DTV cannot make the rules for no Natalie. For DTV to be like, oh, when you bring it to the internet, you go on Instagram, that's outside of TV. No, it's not. DTV has went on TikTok live and told us what happened at the reunion. Like that, it ain't like Diamond just come in her confessional and tell us the whole thing on what's going on. So no, you don't get to pick and choose what people express themselves about you. Like, no, we're not doing that. The Scotty hitting the floor like that was hilarious. It was hit the ground. I wish they would have got her going all the way to the ground. They trying to pause real quick. And Natalie ain't no help because she ain't try to help that girl at all. She just like, ooh, you all right? I don't know why they hold Big Lex to this big regard. I guess because she graduated college, and that's cool. But Big Lex is who she is. At this point in the game, every time she do something that y'all don't like, and I feel as though I'm granted of that too. I definitely get it. But at the same time, she is who she is. You can't take the hood out the girl. So let her be hood, let her be with her ghetto friends, and let her have a good time. And if Big Lex acted like they wanted her to act, honestly, she would be with Elsie more. She would be with Choco more. Then would be like her main girls. Obviously, her personality doesn't fit in with those type of women. Her personality fits with Summers and Dolly's. Her personality fits with them. And her hands are better than them. So we get to the horse ranch and all the girls come out. Ivory, before she leaves, tells Dolly she needs that. Dolly ends up being like, "Oh, I'm not faking," because Ivory calls her out for not having, the wrist thing on. She's like, "I'm not faking. Oh, I'm for real. Like as soon as my hand get better, I'ma power up." So she then highlights Cole. Cole says, "Girl, please, when Ivory leave, all of a sudden you gonna be able to fight, and you gonna be able to fight me." By the way, Cole makeup looks really, really good. So she like, "No, y'all scared of Ivory. Found out before she got here was talking about Ivory. What that got to do with you and your hand?" And then walked off with an attitude. Like, girl, you just don't want to fight. And just say that you don't want to fight. I feel as though this episode highlighted how Dolly got an opinion on any and everybody, but still ain't got out there yet. And I definitely believe it that once Ivory leave, she gonna be on there with Cole, Rican. All of a sudden, like they said, her hand gonna start back working. And I want to add this to it too. Diamond told me some, "Dolly, get behind the horse." First one crying, "She okay? I just want to make sure she okay." When the cameras drop, the parasites start coming out. Choco, Russian, and Elsa, I don't know what they talking about. I don't care. I think all three of them need to go home. I definitely don't think any of them will be back next season. And honestly, don't even book them for the reunion. Thank you. One thing I seen as they was riding the horses, as I was skipping through a lot of these parts. Oh, girl, all them gnats. Ooh, all them bugs. I don't know. I couldn't have been out there. Now, obviously, production set this scene up for Fauna to confront Natalie. Now, to me, out of everybody, like I said before, Rolley showed how much she don't care for Natalie. This is not her first time trying to embarrass Natalie in front of everybody, but I see why behind the scenes she say get you away from her. I mean, hold me accountable, yes, but touch my hand when you doing it. All this extra is not cause for you. Tell me something. Say how you feel, Fauna. Like, girl, I'm helping write your check. What you mean? Say how you feel. I definitely believe that she's gotten very comfortable in her position, and she has worked to get comfortable in her position. But also, too, this not your show, and I get it. They be trying to feel as though Natalie is supposed to do this, Natalie is supposed to do that. This Natalie show at the end of the day. All these morals that y'all want her to stand on, she's not gonna stand on that stuff because that's not making her no money. Her being cutthroat, two-faced is making her money. More so, regardless if we dogging her out or not, Nelly don't care. So all this moral high ground, I feel as though this is the definition of a boss. Like, who are you? Who are you? You were just in the audition. Shut up. Girl, take it up under the chin like everybody else is doing. Take it up under the chin and vibe. Really, to me, the goal for y'all is to try to keep coming back every season. Once y'all get comfortable, she cut y'all ass. That's what happened to Siki. She started going to sleep. Y'all remember? Oh, I remember somebody had did like a full collage of videos of her just sleep. They cut her. Biggie she had started to get too big headed, think that she could say anything, thinking that she was gonna keep being out here not fighting. Cut her off too. Like, they don't mind letting y'all go. And to an extent, when it came to Anna, from what they said, Natalie said that she did not want her on her show. Her and Lemmy got into it real bad. And he made that call and made her get off the show. I don't care what Anna say. I definitely feel as though because of everything that transpired, as y'all know, we seen everything transpire. I definitely believe that Natalie put her foot down and was like, "Listen, this is my show. Yeah, you might own the rights to it allegedly, but we ain't finna just keep having me around any and everybody." She already got to deal with Scotty. Her and Scotty don't really fool with each other like that. Then she got Rolley over here trying to tell her how to manage something. You not no CEO. You been under me for all these years, and you have yet to try to go and get your own show where you booked and busy and you can get off my show. Yeah, you got the plastic surgery show, but after that, you ain't never be like, "Hey, give me a love show. Give me something else." You just, being comfortable under me this whole time. So a worker can't tell me how to work my shit. So all this extra more high ground they looking for Natalie to be, Natalie's not gonna be that because that don't make her no money. Dolly, Lex, Summer get in the huddle with the other girls who need to go home. And Dolly over here making excuses for her hand. Summer hand can't even close and she gonna still get out there in the field. Like, you just making excuses for yourself all day. Nobody cares. You still look weak. No. So Diamond get over there and tell me something. We want you to be the CEO. No, y'all want her to tell them to stop. Again, like I said, it's marketing for her show. She's not finna tell nobody to stop. And yeah, they say don't fight in the club, but we've seen time and time again them fight in the club. Now I think if it just become redundant, then okay, cool. Like they not dealing with that. But y'all get the fight in the club air blue moon. Like they got to fight last season on the last club appearance. This season they got to find the last time with Dolly and Ivory. And then, they didn't let y'all fight this time, but y'all was trying to. Natalie is only going back and forth and playing this victim role because she settles in that. She settles in throwing a rock, hiding her hand, and playing like y'all ain't see the rock. She gonna be like, oh my God, no, I told somebody to stop. I be trying to calm her down, girl. We've seen all this stuff in the egg. Next week, she gonna be like, so who else needs to stand on business? Oh my God, the girls are fighting out here like wild animals. She always do this. So Rolley busts in telling Natalie like she gotta be neutral. Once again, like I said, these is people under her. She's their mentor. You can't tell me how to be a boss. You can't keep describing this how you be a boss, this how you be a boss when y'all ain't never been in my shoes to be a boss. Y'all not in my shoes. Y'all ain't running this how I'm running this. If I want to be petty, if I want to be catty, I have every right to do that. Like y'all really want that lady to stand on moral ground. Moral ground does not pay the bills. Moral ground is not getting y'all these checks that y'all want. Now, I definitely feel as though the acting really started coming in a little bit because they do stuff like that. They do. DTB and Natalie Iggy get together and keep drama going. It's the and I do, and that's how I feel. And that's how I feel. Which is true. I definitely believe she really do feel that way. It was Diamond being like, bruh, and then just stop talking. And they're like, what you want to do? You pop your stuff too, which is true. Which is true. So, if you popping your stuff, why would you not think she was gonna pop hers? Diamond gonna touch Scotty. Scotty looked and looked away. She said that has nothing to do with me. And that's why she told Diamond to calm down. She said you already felt that way. Both of y'all already felt this way. Like you said, that's how you feel. You had already felt that way. Both of y'all really don't care for each other for real like that. But y'all put up with each other because money is involved. Money is on the table. And money will make you do some things that you don't want to do. It really do. But honestly, y'all, like I said before, I'm over them. So finally then ends up hearing Summer talking about something. She threw a drink in my face. Now I remember seeing that cup. That cup barely had any Dawn in it. Barely. It gave a little bitty shot. Barely anything touched her. But then too, you throwing fans. So why would she not throw a drink on you? But anyways, I don't care. I'm over it. This episode was truly boring to me. Next. See y'all in the next one. Bye.